You're on.
Hi Sandy, hi Rosie, hi Princess Rosie, hi guys. I am here with Sherm. Hi Sherm.
Hi.
Rosie, Sherm's being a bad boy. He's not taking his medicine like he's supposed to. You need to send him a medicine. You need to send him a message and give him a good talking to. Because he won't listen to me. He'll listen to you, Miss Rosie. So you need to send him a message. And we're here with Provocative Tulip and Butterfly, who are now up for adoption, by the way, everyone. Yes, Provocative Tulip is up for adoption, Butterfly is up for adoption, and we have 8 other ponies right now who are up for adoption. Names are not listed at this time. Sherm and the ponies just cannot get along, so I decided to place them up for adoption. And they are ranging in prices from Tulip is $10,000, from $10,000 under. But Tulip is the most expensive. She's $10,000 because she's a real star. So if you would like to adopt a pony, get a hold of me. You know my email, missycrabtree@yahoo.com. We could work out a deal. Cash only, no check. Food stamps accepted. Lottery tickets accepted too. All right. We got a good reading today. And a long reading. We are going to read Acts chapter 25, all of chapter 25. And Paul is still on trial. Now he is on trial before Festus. And then he'll be on a little trial before King Agrippa. Is it ever going to end for Paul? Today will leave you questioning even more. What's going to happen to Paul? When are we going to find out what's going to happen to Paul? When is it going to tell us? It keeps leading it on. When is the day going to come when it tells us what's going to happen to Paul? Well, today this leaves more answers to your questions, or more questions than answers. So, but let's get started here. We got a good reading. Sherm's playing his bad to the bone ringtone over there. He learned how to download ringtones. Oh, help us. He's learning how to download things. All right. We'll be reading in the New International Version if you'd like to follow along. Paul's trial before Festus, chapter 25 of Acts. 3 days after arriving in the province, Festus went up from Caesarea to Jerusalem, where the chief priests and the Jewish leaders appeared before him and presented the charges against Paul. They requested Festus as a favor to them to have Paul transferred to Jerusalem, for they were preparing an ambush to kill him along the way. Festus answered, Paul is being held at Caesarea, and I myself am going there soon. Let some of your leaders come with me, and if the man has done anything wrong, they can press charges against him there. After spending 8 or 10 days with them, Festus went down to Caesarea. The next day he convened the court and ordered that Paul be brought before him. When Paul came in, The Jews who had gone down from Jerusalem stood around him. They brought many serious charges against him, but they could not prove them. Then Paul made his defense. I have done nothing wrong against the Jewish law, or against the temple, or against Caesar. Festus, wishing to do the Jews a favor, said to Paul, Are you willing to go up to Jerusalem and stand trial before me there on these charges? Paul answered, I am now standing before Caesar's court, where I ought to be tried. I have not done any wrong to the Jews, as you yourself know very well. If, however, I am guilty of doing anything deserving death, I do not refuse to die. But if the charges brought against me by these Jews are not true, no one has the right to hand me over to them. I appeal to Caesar. After Festus had conferred with his council, he declared, You have appealed to Caesar you will go. A few days later, King Agrippa and Bernice arrived at Caesarea to pay their respects to Festus. Since they were spending many days there, Festus discussed Paul's case with the king. He said, There is a man here whom Felix left as a prisoner. When I went to Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews brought charges against him and asked that he be condemned. I told them that it is not the Roman custom to hand over anyone before they have faced their accusers and have had an opportunity to defend themselves against the charges. When they came here with me, I did not delay the case, but convened the court the next day and ordered the man to be brought in. When his accusers got up to speak, they did not charge him with any of the crimes I had expected. Instead, they put some points on dispute with him about their own religion and about a dead man named Jesus, who Paul claimed was alive. I was at a loss how to investigate such matters, so I asked if he would be willing to go up to Jerusalem and stand trial there on these charges. But when Paul made this appeal to be held over for the emperor's decision, I ordered him held until I could send him to Caesar. Then Agrippa said to Festus, I would like to hear this man myself. He replied, Tomorrow you will hear him. The next day Agrippa and Bernice came with great pomp and entered the audience room with the high-ranking military officers and the prominent men of the city. At the command of Festus, Paul was brought in. Festus said, King Agrippa, and all who are present with us, you see this man? The whole Jewish community has petitioned me about him in Jerusalem and here in Caesarea, shouting that he ought not to live any longer. I found he had done nothing deserving of death, but because he made his appeal to the emperor, I decided to send him to Rome. But I have done nothing definite to write to His Majesty about him. Therefore I have brought him before all of you, and especially before you, King Agrippa, so that as a result of this investigation, I may have something to write. For I think it is unreasonable to send a prisoner on to Rome without specifying the charges against him. And that's where we're stopping with Acts for today. Our psalm today is Psalm 5, another beautiful psalm of David. For the director of music for pipes, a psalm of David. Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Hear my cry for help, my King and my God, for to you I pray. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you. and wait expectantly. For you are not a God who is pleased with wickedness. With you, evil people are not welcome. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. You destroy those who tell lies. The bloodthirsty and deceitful, you, Lord, detest. But I, by your great love, can come into your house. In reverence, I bow down toward your holy temple. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness, because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me. Not a word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Their throat is an open grave. With their tongues they tell lies. Declare them guilty, O God. Let their intrigues be their downfall. Banish them for their many sins, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. And that was Psalm 5. For the director of music for pipes, a Psalm of David. And our Proverbs today is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 19. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like the barred gates of a citadel. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like the barred gates of a citadel. Alright guys, that was our Bible reading. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. Let's get out our prayer books. Babe, how are we doing on time?
Alright.
Ready.
12:25.
How much?
12:25.
Okay. In case you guys didn't watch the video or haven't seen it in a couple days, you might not have heard the update that my Aunt Ona passed away, Ona Whetstone. So that's why she is not on the prayer list any longer. She has went home to heaven. She did pass away in the hospital the other day. So her funeral will be, she is, having her showing today and stuff. But she's already in heaven, And she was more than ready to go. Her husband's already been in heaven for years. She was 84 and in a lot of bad health. She's the last of my Papaw's side of the family left alive. The last one. Now they're all gone. Except the offsprings, like Mom and Cindy and them, Papaw's kids. I guess I'm kind of an offspring, ain't I? Because I'm his grandkids. So. I don't know. But I just wanted to give you guys that update. But, alright. Let's keep Shannon and her son Giovanni in our prayers. Giovanni's a little boy. He's so precious. And he's got a rare illness. And he suffers with it so much. And his mom Shannon, she's got to be beside herself. Seeing him suffer with it every day. Seeing what all he has to go through. And he really needs God's healing touch. And she really needs wisdom. God's wisdom and God's strength and comfort in her life. I pray they both have God in their lives. We need to pray for Tammy Ashworth. We need to pray for Amber Brown. She's supposed to be having surgery. I don't know if she's had it yet or not. And she didn't say what it was for. She just said she's having surgery. So we need to pray for Abby and Jimmy Myers. Abby went to urgent care yesterday. She's had this poison ivy. They thought it was poison ivy, and they've treated her twice for it. 2 different places she's been to treated her twice, and it has not got better. So she went to urgent care yesterday, and they didn't know whether it was poison ivy or poison oak, but they said they've seen several cases this year of it already. They said it has been bad in there with it. Anyway, they had to give her some kind of shot in the butt to hopefully dry it up, they said, and they gave her steroids to take. So, prednisone, So hopefully now it'll go away. They was, that's cutting it open, and there's green pus and stuff coming out of it. It's nasty stuff. Okay, we need to pray for Cindy Welsh. She has she's got a lot of health problems going on right now, and she's going to be having more surgery next month. We need to pray for Rhonda Karshner. She's got a lot of health problems, and she might be having gallbladder trouble. Oh, and Abby Myers also will be having surgery. You might not have heard that, sure. It's to get a, she has, I'm not know if I'm supposed to say anything, but I don't know why I should, She's got a mole on her arm that my mom has tried to get my sister to take her to the doctor for ever since she was young, but she never would. And my mom's, now my mom's got custody. She's getting it taken care of because the mole's got grown a tail on it now, and it's gotten bigger. Yeah, it's got a tail on it now, and they said it's not right. There's something wrong with that mole, so they're sending her to the surgeon to get it removed. So hopefully it's not cancerous or anything like that, but there's something wrong with that mole. So please keep Abby in your prayers. She's having to have that removed. Please keep Sandy in your prayers. Sounds like work's starting to get a little rough. So please keep her extra in your prayers, please. Please pray extra hard for her for work. Well, Sandy is such a very, very, very nice person. And when I say she is a nice person, you don't even realize. I mean, if you would know her like I do, just by the things she says sometimes and the things that she does, sometimes you would think you was seeing Jesus do it, or you was talking to Jesus instead of her, or Jesus was the one doing it instead of her, because she's so Jesus-like. She's a really good sister in Christ. She's a really, really good person. So please, please keep her in your prayers for a good work environment. She really, really deserves to be happy. And she's got a really hard, stressful job. And she deserves at least that much. At least. Please keep Eric in your prayers. Eric is Sandy's relation. I think it's her nephew. And Eric needs a kidney really bad. He's only 24. And he really needs a kidney. So please keep him in prayer. Put him on your prayer list at church, please. Would really, really appreciate that. We need to keep him on there and pray really hard for him. He lives in New Jersey, I believe. We need to keep Macy in our prayers. She's 16 and got a brain tumor, remember. She has her scan this month to see if it's grown anymore. What we've been praying for, and what we want to keep praying for, is that God makes that tumor go away. And we know He can do it if it's His will. It may not be His will, But we can still pray for it, because maybe it is. Maybe it's not, but we don't know. Let's keep Kenny Wellman in our prayers. He needs a kidney due to diabetes, and he is now on the transplant list. I grew up with him, pretty much. We all grew up together as kids, and he's my age. He's got diabetes really bad, type 1 diabetes. I was in a walk when I was younger for him, for diabetes. Made it all the way through, too. You know, where you get people to sponsor you for how far you made it or whatever. I was in school still. I think I might have been in 10th grade then when I did it. I made it all the way. As in the slow walker group category. So I'm one of the last ones to make it, but I made it all the way through. Let's pray for Sherman Crabtree. He's been feeling pretty rough lately. He went to the doctor today. Had his x-ray done. Did they get that? Ain't got the results of the x-ray yet. He didn't tell her about the pain he's been having, which I'm kind of upset about. So they did blood work because it was time for that. And he got his medicine refills and everything. And you know, we need to pray for a miracle for him to get a car as well. She really needs one. We need to pray for April and Linda Thacker. They both have a lot of health problems. We need to pray for April especially, even harder, because she's been really sick lately. And Christopher Serback. We need to keep him in prayer. Roy and Lori Mollett, for health reasons. Barb Post, health reasons. Joe Osborne, so he'll stay on the right track, God willing.
We're 22.
Huh?
22.
Okay. Debbie Lee, health reasons. And depression. We want to pray for her to find somebody in her life. A man. Because that's what she wants. She wants to find a guy to make her happy, to share her life with, because she's so lonely and she misses her fiance so much. He passed away and a couple years ago, and she's miserable. You know, she just wants to be happy again. She wants, you know, someone to make her happy. So please pray for that for her. Josh Mollett, Bedelia Mercer, and their unborn baby Braxton. And that is all of our prayer list. And I did get your homework done. Are you happy and surprised? I did it this morning. I got some questions. Yes, I did. All right. Got you an easy one. For the first question of July. In what town was Jesus born? In what town was Jesus born? All right, that is your homework for tonight. All right, guys, let's end in prayer. Brother Jesus and Father, please watch over everyone on our prayer list. You know their needs more than we do, Father. You know what's in their future. We can ask you to do the things that we want you to do, but you know what's best. We don't. So your will be done as always, Father. Please be with everybody watching this video or listening to this video. Please let it have touched their hearts. At least one person's heart, that they will turn their life to you, or they will share this video or your word with someone else, and they'll turn their life to you. please let Sherm feel better. And please let Sandy start having a better night at work. She really deserves to be happy. And please let Sherm be able to get a car. I love you, Brother Jesus and Father, with all my heart and soul. Amen. Amen. Alright, guys. That was everything. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. We got storms the rest of the week here still. It's crazy. The only day we're not supposed to get no storms is Sunday. Had them all week. But I don't think it's rained here today, has it, sure? It's
Not
been
yet.
sunny all day, but it's supposed to rain. But anyway, getting off topic again anyway. I love you guys. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.